Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is my very first house building video, and I'm not gonna lie, I was really nervous about the voiceover, and I still am because it is so long and I'm kind of afraid of not having anything to talk about. But I'm gonna try my hardest, and hopefully, this will turn out nicely. So, yeah. Anyways, before I start talking about the build itself, I just want to address something really quickly, which I said in the last video. Um, there was a room build, so if you haven't watched it, check it out. Um, I mentioned that my gallery name would be the same as my YouTube channel name, which I actually wanted it to be, but as it turned out, somebody else is already named Blueberry Sim, so I obviously couldn't take the name, and so I changed it to Blueberry Sim 2017 because that's basically the year I started my channel, and I thought it will make sense, but I'm not super happy about it, so I might change it in the future, but we will see. I will keep you updated if that's the case. And I also wrote it down in the information box for my last video because it was basically wrong information I gave you. But yeah, so I just wanted to clear this thing that has happened. And yeah. Um, well, I guess I'm just going to talk about the build for a second. So you can't see it now, but I went for pretty dark colors, which is really unusual for myself. So the interior is like black and a dark blue. And usually my houses are like really light and white, and most likely, I don't know, maybe a light wooden tone, but it's just not dark. So I don't know. I was really struggling with it, but I just thought I might try something different. I mean, maybe I should have started with something that I usually do on my channel because so you can see what my building skills look like. But yeah, I don't know. I ended up being kind of proud of the build, and now it's red. It's not going to stay this way. I was really struggling with the color scheme, so I wanted to do something different, and but it kind of was like, that doesn't look good, and I was really like, maybe I should just use white. And as you can see, I was trying to use some white wood, but I don't think that I kept it. I mean, I it is kind of white on the outside, but not a lot. Like I'm getting there slowly. So yeah, the house itself has two bedrooms in the end and two bathrooms, although one of them is like just a toilet, and I'm not even sure if it has a shower in it, but I think it does. But I'm not quite sure. We will see. Um, and it has a garden, a kitchen, a dining room, living room. Well, it's not actually a dining room. It's like really open plan. So, but it has like a dining table and all the things you need to live in there. And we also have a pool outside, I think. Um, and also like a barbecue and the basic things that a house needs, so your Sims can live there really happily. And I'm also really sorry for the landscaping, which you can't see now, but it will come and it's horrible. I still haven't figured out how to do those properly, but practice makes perfect, I guess. So we will see how this turns out in a few months. Maybe I can look back and be like, "Wow, this was horrible, but I improved a lot," which is my goal. I mean, don't we all want to improve? Oh, this is talking about improving. I actually just talked to my boyfriend today about it because I managed to kind of get a little bit less lazy than I usually am, because I'm the kind of person that would wait for another person to get up and be like, "Can you bring me some water, please?" And otherwise, I would just like die. um, and I kind of stopped doing that, which is great. I mean, I'm just like, just do it, then it's over and you can do something else, and it's actually really great. I love it. I don't know, I never thought I would be the person to be like, just do it, and like, really, it's a lot better, you feel better, because I was always like, also with homework and things like that. So I was like, I don't like doing this. I don't enjoy it. Why would I feel better after doing it? And I never understood the concept behind it, but now I do, and it's true. It really is. It only took me almost 20 years to realize that, but yes. So if you have some tasks that you don't really want to do, just do them, and then you have time for something else. And also, you're most likely not going to get into trouble with teachers or your parents or anyone else. So that's also a plus. Yes. So as you can see, I took forever for the house, and I didn't even start the interior yet, and I didn't even divide it into different rooms, and we're already like 6 minutes into it. So I'm really sorry. I was really slow at this because usually, I mean, I take quite long for my builds, but usually not for the house itself, like decorating and where do I want to put the bed and things like that. Those take me pretty long because I'm kind of picky when it comes to houses in The Sims 4. I always want them to be super pretty, and because this was like a style I've never done before, like my houses are usually modern, but a light modern, not so dark. And yeah, I was struggling really badly. So yeah, it's actually you. Mm, maybe don't watch this video if this is the first one of me. Maybe watch my room build I did the last time. I thought this one turned out pretty cute. It's just a cute nursery, and I don't think I actually talked about the build itself, just a little bit, why it's not an extra lot. But yes, so um, I kind of, I don't know. Actually, at the beginning, I was like, maybe there could be like a man living in there, like a single man, and then I was like, well, it's kind of big for one person. So I was like, maybe he was single for quite a long time, and then he got a girlfriend who already had a child, so that's why they have like a kids' room. Because I don't know, the sim I had in mind, I was actually building this house for, was not the type for kids. I don't know. I just imagine someone being like super modern, super into work, and kind of being a workaholic, a perfectionist, and just things like that. And so the kids room also kind of seems off in this house. Like it's super bright and pink, and it just doesn't seem like it belongs there. So I guess this would have been his study or something like that before his girlfriend moved in with him. And yeah, at some points you kind of see a bit of a female touch to it. So I added some flowers and some decorations, and yeah, I think that's kind of how it works. If you move in with someone and they already have a house or an apartment, you kind of start changing things slowly. You don't go in there and be like, bam. Oh yeah, I started with a light pink because I was like, I don't want to do blue. I don't want to. But then I did it. I did it anyways. I was like, just go for it. Just do it. Because I actually do like houses that look that way. I just wouldn't like to live in them myself. But I like them. If I go to IKEA and I see like a room that looks like that, I'm like, that looks pretty. It looks like super glamorous, and I don't know, but I just wouldn't like it myself, you know? So yeah, I as I already said, I struggled with. I also changed the flooring, I think 3 times, maybe two. I don't know. I changed it. I think I lighted it up because I felt like it was getting like super dark. It was just a bit too dark in my opinion. And then I tried to put a light kitchen because I thought this might look good, but it didn't. So I changed it, as you can see now. So the kitchen is also quite modern. And is it actually the one that I like the most? Is it the one from the spa pack? I don't know. No, it's not, is it? I don't think it is. I don't think I had the spa expansion pack there. That's like the spa expansion pack has my favorite kitchen. I don't know. I have another house that I built, which I actually wanted to upload first, but I realized I didn't have any screenshot of it yet. So I was like, well, anyways, I have everything of this house already, so I might as well put this up first. So in the other house, I definitely did use the spa kitchen, and I love it. The other house is like basically one of my favorite houses I ever built, and I will definitely upload it the next week or even that week. I don't know. We will see how this voiceover is going. If it's like horrible, I might have to take a break and cry. I don't know, but I feel like it's going quite well. I mean, I've been talking for like almost 11 minutes, and the video is only 30 minutes long. So, yay, almost halfway through, which is great. So, yeah, but as I just said, that the video, that the voiceover is going good or is going well. I don't know what I should be talking about right now. This is just so much nonsense going on. Well, I could just talk about the weather in Germany because it is horrible right now. It is really ridiculous. It's raining and my cat does not approve of it. She's always home when it's raining. She's like a good weather cat, as we like to call her. So she only goes outside when it's like sunny and warm. And if it's windy, she doesn't go outside. If it's rainy, she doesn't like to go outside. She likes snow though, which is kind of weird, but she likes snow. And yeah, so she's basically home all day. Although she's home quite a lot. She's allowed to go outside, but she has to come home at night, and she usually does it. Like when we were a bit strict about it, she usually would be home at 9, and she actually would be home at 9 or 10. But since we kind of felt like, well, she's old enough now, she can stay out a bit longer. She might stay until 12, maybe 1 a.m., but she will come home. And she's always there the next day. If she's not, we know something's wrong. Actually, fun story. One time she did not come home. She wasn't at home. We were so worried, and my mother actually went outside at I think 2 a.m. and was looking for her because it's just, I mean, some people might think it's a cat. She can take care of herself, but it's just unusual. She's not the type of cat that would she has never done that. So we were worried. And my mother was walking outside and looking for her. My father was asleep, I think. So, and I wasn't at home actually. So, but she couldn't find her. It was just it was dark and she couldn't find her. So she went back to bed and she wasn't there the next morning either. So my mother kind of freaked out. She was super worried, and my dad had to look with her, and they were like looking everywhere. It was ridiculous. If I lost something, they would have never searched for it that way. But anyways, so after looking for her for I think like 2 hours maybe, my mom was like, well, maybe she just stayed at someone else's house and they're not up yet, so she can't go outside, which is not like, that could happen. She likes to visit our neighbors, and she's just so curious. It's could be dangerous at some point. But anyways, where was I going with the story? Oh yeah, right. So my mother was like, well, okay, she's just gonna do the laundry. And she went to put her clothes away. And as she opened, I just forgot the word. As she opened the thing where your clothes are in. How's it called? Damn it. You know what I'm talking about. She opened it, and the cat was in there. She didn't meow. She didn't do anything. She was just like looking at her, walking outside, and just went for food. Like, what? What? Why was she in there? Why didn't she meow? Why didn't she try to get out? Like, she probably fell asleep at night and was like, well, it's alright, and that's it. I don't know. It was ridiculous. And another time she was gone, we were looking for her as well. And she actually jumped into our car, and my dad didn't realize and drove the car into the garage, closed the car, closed the garage, and went to bed. and everybody went to bed. And the next day she wasn't there because, well, we this time we didn't realize that she wasn't there because she was allowed to be outside longer because it was summer. And the next day we were like, well, it's kind of weird. She didn't eat anything. Like her food is still there, and where is she? So we started looking for her again, and my father was like, well, maybe she's in the garage. She was like, I don't know, he was kind of doing something on the car the day before. I don't know what he was doing, but the garage was open for quite a while, so he thought maybe she's in there. And so he went and checked, and but she wasn't in the garage itself. She was in the car that was in the garage. And my dad was like, well, he has to go to work now. He can't look for her. And he opened the car, and the cat jumped out. And we were like, Mila, that's the name of our cat. What are you doing? She was just, she wasn't mad, but she was kind of a little bit, how would you call it? She was not the happiest about it, I would say. And as usual, she just went for food and then left. She's it sounds like she's a super fat cat, like, but she's super tiny, I promise. I don't know. She she's so funny. I don't know. I love her. She's the cutest little baby cat. She's not a baby anymore, but she's so tiny. You could think she's a baby. Yeah. But basically every time she gets bored, especially when the weather is bad, she eats a lot. And when she had operation because she cut herself, we still don't know how it happened, but she cut herself and she had to get stitches. So she had to stay inside for, I think, 10 days, maybe, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. But, anyways, she was super bored and she started eating a lot and she was getting a little bit bigger, not fat. I mean, she was probably the size of a normal cat at this point. But we were like, Mila, you're getting fat. Take care. But she's just really super tiny. I'm not exaggerating. I mean, there are a lot of people that are like, oh, how old is she? She's a baby. And I was like, no, she's 2 years old. Sorry. And they're like, really? And I was like, yeah. So, yeah, that are the stories of my cat. Oh, and also, let's just get this people up. Let's let it be about my cat because I love her. So, what was I gonna? Oh yeah, right. When I first got together with my boyfriend, we I was together with him for, I think, 3 or 4 weeks when we got our cat, and he left with us. So he, yeah, he he left with us. What what am I talking about? So he left with us, and we were picking up the cat, and then she was so tiny. She was like a hamster. Maybe not like a hamster, maybe two hamsters, but she was super tiny. So um he kind of knew her from the beginning, and she also knew him from the beginning, which is why the following story is kind of weird. And obviously my boyfriend does not live with me yet, so the cat lives here, and every time my boyfriend would visit, she would get super jealous. Like, I don't know, because usually Mila sleeps in my bed, and when my boyfriend is here, he does not like it. So he's just like, can we put her outside? And I'm like, yeah, all right. Because, I mean, my bed is not a single bed, but it's not like a king size bed. So it is kind of tight if the cat is in there, because I also don't want to hit her. I mean, I wouldn't mind. She's old enough. She knows when she has to leave. But my boyfriend just does not like it. And it's all right. I mean, I understand it. So we put her outside. And just she just doesn't like it. She At some point she was like biting his toes, and when he was sitting down, she would walk past and just slap him with her paw, which was, I don't know, I thought it was hilarious, but he was just like, she doesn't like me anymore. I was like, well, you throw her out the bed all the time. I wouldn't like you either. But, well, was it just a British accent coming through? Why? I'm not even British. Maybe it didn't even sound British. I don't know. What am I talking about? So that's the story about the relationship between my boyfriend and my cat. But now they like each other. She likes him a lot. It's cute because when my parents and I leave the town, my boyfriend usually takes care of the cat if he's not busy with uni. So it's kind of funny because all the other people that take care of her are like, she's never home when we feed her, and we never saw her. Like, maybe we saw her walking through the garden, but she was never inside. And one of my best friends and my boyfriend, they're the only one where she actually comes in and wants to cuddle, and yeah, is actually there when they visit. So but my boyfriend was the first one she started doing it with, and my best friend, the last time we left town, she took care and she was like, she's coming and she's cuddling and it's great. And she was super happy about it. So yeah, I don't know. Mila is just a little bit, I wouldn't say, well, she is special. She is. And she is also kind of picky with people, which is true. Yeah, it's true. She, I don't know, she loves us, which is great. I mean, and she also likes our neighbors a lot. She visits them regularly, and they also have like food for her and toys. So she basically has a lot of homes, but she always comes home. As I already said, that's why it's super weird when she doesn't. So, yay, good times. Talking about pets, I also have two bunnies, two little bunnies. And I don't know if I actually talked about them. I feel like I did. Their names are Bailey and Lily. Bailey's a boy, Lily's a girl. And yeah, they're just the cutest little beings, although it's kind of sad how we got them because actually, um, our first two bunnies were named Hopple and Flecky, and they died. So I was like, I want to get another bunny for my room, and my sister was like, yeah, she wants one too. And I was like, well, all right, but you can't have bunnies by themselves. Like you need another one. So I was like, if we keep the bunnies separate at night, it's all right, but we have to let them communicate. So we have to let them meet up daily. And my sister was like, yeah, that's fine. So my bunny was allowed to, I mean, my sister was really young. It's not really her fault. So my bunny was allowed to roam around in my room all the time. And he was like, um, oh, sorry, I just jumped. We had, we went to Munich. I just hit my microphone, I'm sorry. And we got two little bunnies, and it was kind of weird when we got there. Like that was like, it was in the city and there was not actually room for any like cages, but she was just the woman just brought like a huge box, and there were like 15 bunnies, and she just picked one. And we would have left, but we drove like over an hour to get there. So we picked two, and my bunny actually died a week later, and my dog my pet my vet, Jesus Christ, my vet was like, she's maybe 2 weeks old, if not younger, and that's way too young for a bunny to be taken away from the mother. So that's why she died, and her sister was alone. That's why I got Bailey, and I actually never wanted Bailey because I was still like super sad about my first bunny dying, and it was so sad because she was like super tiny and super cute, and I don't know, I was just so sad. So I was just not ready for another bunny, but I had to get one because the other bunny of my sister was alone. So yeah, I had to get one. And I got them. I got him, and he was just the best bunny I ever had. Like he would use his toilet all the time. He never got my room dirty, like never. And he was just great. He would come over if I sat down on the floor, and he would cuddle, and yeah, it was great. But the bunny of my sister was not doing that well, like the one from the person from Munich. So we were like, well, we will put them together outside. So that's what we did. And sadly, last year, um, the sister, not Bailey, the other one, died because flies. That's so. I don't want to talk about it. It was disgusting. And I felt so bad. I was alone at home. My parents were in Croatia. And I was home alone with my boyfriend, and the bunny died because flies. Well, well, Google bunny flies and dead if you're prepared. But well, so she died, and since Bailey was only like 2 years old, we had to get another one, and that's why we rescued Lily. Lily is like a Easter bunny that someone set free, which is ridiculous. She's super tiny. You can't. Uh, I get angry when they talk about it. You can't let a little bunny roam. She would have died. So we got her from a woman who took care of her because she found her, and they're best friends and they're super cute. And I kind of forgot where I wanted to talk about something funny that they did, but I kind of forgot what it was. Well, now you know the story how we got my bunnies. Super funny. Like, that was the least interesting thing I have ever told, I guess. I'm super sorry. So, and now I don't know what to talk about because I feel like that was bad. I shouldn't have talked. Like, I talked for 10 minutes about my pets. Why did I do this? People are not interested in pets. But we're coming close to the end. I feel like we still have to go for 3 minutes maybe, and then there will be screenshots and some great music. So, great music. Oh, this is going horribly wrong. Oh, lately I've been playing Heroes of the Storm, which is a great game. You should check it out if you can. It's from Blizzard and it's free, so I don't know. I feel like it's fun. It's great because I finally got myself a headset because the one I was using before was the one from my best friend, and he wanted it back obviously, and I also needed one for myself, especially when I wanted to do YouTube because it has a microphone, so it's pretty cheap, and I feel like the quality of the microphone is pretty good for the price. So yeah, and that's why I'm finally able to play like team games online, and it's fun. I enjoy it. I'm playing with my boyfriend and a good friend of him, and yeah, it's great. Oh, let's just talk for the let's talk about the build for a second. As you can see, I was trying to do some landscaping, but I failed miserably. Oh, I tried again. I feel like it was alright what it did there, but it could have been better. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. It's just I feel like there's great YouTubers out there that are so great at landscaping. Like, how do you do it? I don't understand it. Teach me, please. Please teach me. Well, anyways, I feel like this video should come to an end really quickly, although I'm kind of confused why it's not coming to an end. All right, there was why what why am I talking like this? This is just so much nonsense. I'm just talking to get time over, and I'm really sorry about this. Speed builds are obviously not my best ability. But I mean, as I already said, practice makes perfect. So you will have to watch something like this again. I mean, you don't have to, but I would appreciate if you bear with me and give me some chances because I really want to be good at this. I don't know. I just really enjoy it. It's a good thing to do. So yeah, I like it. I feel like screenshots are coming really soon now, so I will leave now. And if you like the video, give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. And I will see you guys next time. So bye.